G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the ladder with the very first game of the brand new patch. This is the new patch that's just come in. A whole bunch of changes, including changes to RAMS, all that crazy stuff that we're going to be getting into. But let us begin by introducing the players for today. Spawning in over on the east side of the map, playing in the color yellow on the Chinese, we've got Leenock. And on the west side of the map, in the color orange, playing as the Mongols, we've got De Muslim. An absolutely beautiful spawn De Muslim's got here for himself. The gold vein, together with the berries and the woodline. Absolutely beautiful stuff. He's already got the Gur sitting down. Gonna be a bit of a forward Uvu, a little bit exposed for him here on that front face. But yeah, this is the first game that we're going to be on, and of course it's on Dry Arabia. You wouldn't have it any other way, would you? Now, I'm looking forward to what we see today. Now, primarily because when it comes to this matchup, obviously China versus Mongols, it's honestly a little bit China favored, I would say. I feel like in this matchup, you're kind of happy to play it as China, especially if your enemy looks to be aggressive in the first stage. There's a very appropriate response that China has to that, but I don't think we're going to be seeing much aggression out of Mongols anymore, or at least I think that when it comes to aggression, it's one of those open-ended things. Interestingly, we do see De Muslim here not going for a wheelbarrow opening. I have seen some players looking to test out with the early wheelbarrow opening. Obviously, not going to be the case here for De Muslim. Instead, just plopping the Gur down, just chilling it out over on the woodline for now. You know what? Could you use the Gur to go do some scouting? Yeah, okay, I'm calling it. Mongol Gurs are going to be picking up sheep. Actually, can they pick up sheep? No, they can't. It's only scouts that can pick up sheep, isn't it? Yeah, well, they'll still come down here. You know what? They probably won't. They're too damn slow, too damn ugly. But it looks like De Muslim just going to be going with your classic standard opening here. This is about as bare basic as it gets. No sort of dark age shenanigans going on. No pastures, no wood gathering whatsoever. Absolutely nothing in here. Obviously, no wheelbarrow either. That's another thing to note. So we'll ride on board with Leenock, see how he's doing, because he's going to be doing something pretty standard as well. No wood gathering either for him, so probably going to be having to jump on those stragglers. He's got plenty of them on the backside there, so if he runs villages in between, he's going to be more than capable. Now, one of the things I've been talking about or expecting that we would see in the meta is I suspect you're going to see China shift away. Gur moving out. Ladies and gentlemen, danger. The Gur is out. It is on the prowl. Gonna catch me riding dirty. Oh, they always catch you riding dirty, don't they? Look at this Gur. I called it. I called it before it happened. I said it was gonna happen. Look at this guy go. This is what the Mongols are. How far can the Gur go? That's gonna be the real question. Deerstone's coming up for De Muslim. Now, still yet to see any... Look at the Gur go. Yeah, okay, you know what? 100%. If De Muslim's doing it in the very first game, then by all means, like, you know, just gotta leave it here. Just go out onto the map. Maybe you find something decent. But, yeah, moving back to China. So my theory is with China that you're going to see it move away from 2TC play. Even though 2TC, it's nice, it's beautiful, it's fun. It's, oh, Song Dynasty 2TC. Yeah, we're having so much fun. China doesn't need it. I really don't think China needs it. There's so many ways China can enhance its economy that I don't think it needs that second town center. Song Dynasty already, you're reducing that villager time down from 20 to 13 seconds. You've got the Imperial officials, obviously Leenock with the first Imperial official out. He's going to have 3 more of those bad boys on the way. And obviously that's all trained up at the Imperial Academy. On top of that, you got upgrades that you can do. There's so many different things that you can do as China to get that economy really pumping that second town center, for me, it's like, it's the last resort, mate. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that coming out of Leenock. I would also expect quite a bit of feudal action coming out. As you guys know, a new patch has dropped a huge bunch of changes. Obviously, we saw tower rushes completely nerfed. We saw French nuked to the ground. Watch out, Reddit, watch out, nuked to the ground. Jesus, I don't know if you guys saw there was a post on Reddit. Oh my lord, these guys. They're a whole different breed of mouth breather over there. Let's just put it that way. But look, obviously there's been a whole bunch of changes, and one of the big changes that we've seen has been to the tower. We, as a result, haven't really seen too much pressure coming out from De Muslim at this early stage. In fact, a little bit of a concern, I would say, is that he's now getting sieged down here by the Uvu, and Leenock did open with a double scout opening. We see that second scout running in. Leenock looking to move over on this east side of the map, at this point in time, I mean, it's just going to be sieging down this Uvu. And a response is going to need to come out here from Muslim. So number one response to this would just be moving a villager out and looking to repair this, because you should be able to keep it alive. But the problem is that's just going to be a drain on resources. So your other option is look to try and get a barracks or a stable out here. I think probably in this matchup, a stable is going to be more suitable, because you're going to be able to go into Lancers, and ideally that's what you want to be playing against China. You want to be going for a heavier Lancer comp, because typically a Chinese player is going to have more villagers. Looks like we are going to be seeing the stable coming down, but Lee Nok on the other side of the map, he's just chilling out for the moment. I mean, he's still yet to hit that Song Dynasty timing. We're at 5 minutes 22. Still not down just yet, but he does have the second IO out. He's also got his wheelbarrow coming out. My lord, this is an early wheelbarrow for Lee Nok. 5 minutes 30 for China. Typically, you don't see Chinese players go for wheelbarrow just because it reduces the tax that you are generating. So basically, he hasn't halved his tax, but he's reduced it by 33% just by researching wheelbarrow right here. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but the consequence of the mechanic. Barbican of the Sun coming down now. It's going to be about coming up about, what, 6 minutes 30? So not a terrible timing for him. And now we start to see superior mobility coming in. So your pack buildings move and pack up a little bit faster. It's coming in at the Uvu as well. So he's going to be able to get that Gur racing around like no one's business. There it is on the wood line. Now we did see earlier that wheelbarrow came through for Muslim. Also looking to get survival techniques. This is the new and improved survival techniques. I say new and improved. Well, let's be real with you guys. It's just a reduced cost survival techniques. Hold on. Let's have a look here. So 15% versus 20%. It's not that big. It's only 100 stone though. Maybe that's worth it. Do we start seeing people going improved survival techniques and you just start hopping around the map taking every single deer hunt? I'm calling it now. Improved survival techniques. Look at the go, dude. Damn, Daniel, you gotta slow down over there. 1.12 movement speed. Villager coming out. Muslim forgetting what patch this is. You ain't making outposts in this patch. What? Excuse me, sir. Have you forgotten that that there's been a patch recently where outposts got nerfed significantly? You literally can't even make them anymore. It's impossible. Don't dare even think about making them. A minute on that bad boy right there. And of course, the reduced health. Down from 1,000. It's now down to 750. Now, obviously, Lee Nok couldn't see that outpost, but knows why that villager is here. That villager ain't over here to create pastures, that's for sure. But now that spearman going to be coming in, looking to cause a little bit of havoc. It's going to skewer a horseman, managing to fight it off when we see that scout actually go down for Lee Nok. So, unfortunate positioning there. Outpost does get cancelled. Villager going to have to fall back away from this position. You can see it's doing its best to run away into the stealth forest. Going to be successful here, I do suspect. And now Lee Nok actually going to be able to pick up a couple of horsemen here. Beautiful little trade right there for him. I wouldn't even call that a trade. That was just a gimme. That was the worst trade deal in history coming out right there. But second down center, nowhere to be seen for Lee Nok. And one of the classic things that we are seeing for Lee Nok here is exactly something that I've talked about. And still, you know, we've got Lee Nok, one of the world's best Chinese players, still yet to adapt to the new Chinese. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, we're not even 8 minutes into this game, and Lee Nok is floating 500 gold. People just aren't used to China just yet. And the fact that they've got so much gold in the early game. Why do they have so much gold? Because they've got these extra Imperial officials out that they normally wouldn't have out. So all of these buildings that typically would have, you know, 120 gold in it. This one, you would probably sit on like 300 right now. The lumber camp would be on 140. Well, guess what? They don't have all that gold stacked up in them anymore. No siree Bob. They've actually got them collected. And that's massive. Barracks coming down now for Muslim. He's looking to age up. We can see he's about 100 food away, about 50 gold away. But there is the potential that he loses the Uvu here. Not a lot of units out to challenge this. He's going to be looking to try and train some spears himself. But even at the end of the day, if he gets those spears out, I suspect the Uvu is still going to be going down, but villagers do get pulled to repair it up. So he's looking to try and keep it alive right now, playing the BGs. Unfortunately, oh, geez, it's going to be close. Spearman going to be able to come out here. He's going to be able to drain away that one, and we do hear behind this, the step it out going to be going up on the backside. Beautiful little spot he's got back there, tucked right against that wall. More units going to continue coming out for him, but at the same time, Lee Nok looking to put on the pressure. Oh my lord, a huge push coming out for Lee Nok. And look at the upgrades that are coming through. Steeled Arrow, he's also getting his forestry. Lee Nok is getting all the upgrades. Chokanu, and now, oh my god, the battering rams. Oh my god, this is just, watching this right now, I want to say words, but I'm scared that YouTube's going to demonetize the video, so I'm not going to say them. But let's just say I am reaching the climax of my excitement. This is this is good. This is hey, that's not hyperbole. That is 100% accurate right there, my friends. Whew, it is getting spicy in here. But plenty of villagers still over here for Muslim. We did see earlier picked up that survival techniques. No professional hunts in sight, but when we take a look at the mini-map, how many hunts have we got out here? We got 1, 2, 3 hunts. And obviously, he's got the option for boars as well. So I guess the difficult thing is that boars, obviously, you can only have 8 villagers. But now, Leenock looking to do a bit of classic battering ram scouting. We saw the Gur doing some scouting earlier in the game. Now the battering ram's going to do it. Going to find a couple of spears. And unfortunately, is not the way to the promised land, my friend. That is the way to the wrong direction. Jukunu coming in, already got the +1. We can see Leenock now finally readjusting to the macro of the Chinese. He's like, oh, okay, so I have lots of gold. And he spent it. Plenty of wood in the bank, though, but obviously for every little bit of spare wood he's got, he's just able to drop down more battering rams. So one of the big changes in the most recent patch is that battering rams have had their cost reduced from 250. They used to cost 300, but now it's 250, which means that if you were to think about this from the perspective of Leenock right now, he's saved 100 wood. And what can you turn that 100 wood into? Well, you can turn it into 5 spearmen's worth of wood, 3 Chukunu's worth of wood. Like, that's a fair amount of wood when you think about it. Third one coming down, 150 wood saved. Congratulations, you just bought yourself a granary back home. Like, this is just absolutely ludicrous amounts of rams. And Leenock going for a 4th ram. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ranch. We are heading there. Well and truly, Leenock bringing out all stops. To Muslim up in the castle age, we see plenty of buildings coming down for him, a market, as well as a barracks. He's looking to try and trade out a couple of these resources he's got stacked away up. Plenty of gold in the bank for him. Those battering rams going to be able to try and... You can see him trying to block the deer stones. No success there, unfortunately. De Muslim going to be able to get that bad boy back in without too much of a hassle. And those battering rams are getting serious. We got to zoom in on this one. You know it's starting to get exciting. We're heading to the ranch, ladies and gentlemen. Get your cameras out. 15 villagers in the town center. That's going to be all that is allowed today. No 20. And you can see how slow it's firing as well. Chukunu just smashing away at those men-at-arms, doing very, very well there. Battering rams just going absolutely ham. Trying to hold on in this position. And Leenock is looking pretty damn good. De Muslim might be under pressure here. He's got that wonderful conqueror statue there, but looks to force back. This is very interesting. He leaves the knights back here. Villagers actually going to turn their torches towards those battering rams. Down goes the first one. Second one going to be targeted down. Chukunu just getting forced away in this position. 3rd and 4th battering ram looking to try and take this down, but unfortunately for Leenock, it looks like these ones are going to get cleaned up for the moment. Back towards the center of the map. We continue to watch the Chukunu fall back, but Leenock's got an age up in queue. Still playing on that one town center, exactly like we suspected. Let's take a look at the village accounts right now, just to give you guys an idea. 38 or 39 economic units here for De Muslim. Compare that over to 53 for Leenock, and that's what I'm talking about. That is why Song Dynasty is, in my opinion, all you need at the moment as China. Obviously, there are some matchups. You know, you're playing Abbasid, they made 43 TCs. You know, maybe make a 2nd town center, maybe make a 3rd town center. Reddit, just again, you know, when I say that the Abbasid made 43 TCs, I don't mean they literally made 43 TCs. It's just an exaggeration for effect, so that you understand that Abbasid like to make TCs. You don't need to post about it. Don't need to get your panties in a twirl. It's okay. Calm down, fellas. All right, well, Leenock's up to Castle Age. Apologies for the little bit of a sidetrack I find myself very often on. Palace Guard's going to be coming out for him. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see crossbows coming out. Obviously, with the amount of armored units that De Muslim's looking to throw down at Leenock, I don't think De Muslim got the memo. So I've been watching a lot of these top-level players play recently, and it just seems to be trash. Everybody's just making trash. They're making spears, they're making archers, they're making horsemen, they're making nothing else. I mean, you see them mix in a knight here or there. You know, maybe a French player comes out. He's throwing away some knights in the early game. Nice little moves here by Leenock. 10 villagers inside the village. And it looks like one of the villagers almost goes down. Not going to be the case. He looks to keep all of those villagers alive. Impressive stuff. Obviously very close in spelling villager versus village. You've got your village up here, and you've got your villager. Indeed. Unfortunate. Confusing. But it is the reality. Leenock doing the right thing up towards the north. So just to explain this to anybody who's watching and wondering, why the hell have you got so many villagers up here? So the idea is you're maximizing your supervision by doing this. Obviously, the Imperial Official, for anybody who doesn't know, supervises a drop-off building, and that increases the resources that are dropped off there by 20%. So for every drop-off that's coming in here, you can see this villager, it's got 25 resources in there. It's going to go up to 30, and then it's going to get an extra 20% on top of that. So that's going to drop off 36 resources right here. Boom. And that's a great way to delay your transition of farms by doing that. And so you know, if you've got 5 villagers on the back berries, you know, maybe you got 5 villagers on these berries, 5 villagers on the hunts here, 5 villagers on these hunts, you're not supervising all of those, or if you are, it's very inefficient. But ideally, you're not supervising those, and as a result, it makes it very, very difficult for you to be having or delaying that farm transition, and that's really what it's all about. Shokunu's starting to come out in numbers. He's got +2 already through on these bad boys. Crossbows also coming out. Beautiful little range force that we've got here. Plenty of villagers out in the middle of the map here for DeMuslim. He's decided that he's going to be going after the boar, but unfortunately, there's a few too many villagers here. Decides instead he's going to come back to base and look to try and take some berries. But now he's definitely on the defensive, but DeMuslim going to be looking to pick up a Springwood emplacement. I suspect indeed it was. It's going to be doing that +40 damage out. You can see it actually does some pretty decent damage up against these units. I think the DPS works out to be better against these lower armored units. So obviously your crossbows and whatnot going to be taking a lot more damage. But now Battering Ram going to be coming down here for Leenock. This is interesting. God, this Battering Ram builds so quick. Has it always built this damn quick? Maybe this is something that I've overlooked. Look how quick this Battering Ram goes. I feel like that was 10 seconds or so. That was really, really quick right there. Battering Ram coming up. Going to close out this outpost in the center. Beautiful little play here from Leenock to do this. We'll take a look and see exactly what he's got going on behind this. And we see a clock tower Springwood. So Leenock quite literally going with that dream composition. Crossbow, Chokunu, Springwood. It is a beautiful composition. And now that Battering Ram beginning to move out all over the map and look to take out these units. You can see the Gur, unfortunately, might be losing its life as it powers on by. He says, see you later, mate. 1.29 movement speed. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? We'll take a look over at the base of DeMuslim and see how he's doing. I would expect that we see a prayer tent up. There it is. The prayer tent is up indeed. But the shaman only just getting recently rallied out. When we look on the minimap, we see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be a 5th relic somewhere. It might be coming back in. Indeed, it is coming back in. There it is, just getting dropped off now. Okay, for anybody wondering why do wolves exist, this is why wolves exist. Shamans can't defend themselves. So that's why they exist. You don't clean out the wolves eventually will stay until that point in the game. Leenock still on the 1 town center at the moment. Still just chilling. Villager count 68, just short of a very nice number versus 58 for his opponent, who's on double town center, by the way. So I guess this is where it starts to get a little bit tough because you're playing up against China. You don't know whether a second TC's come through. You would expect that it has, so you're looking to try and match them. But now you got a problem because that's not just one Battering Ram. Oh my God, that's not just one Battering Ram. Leenock going hard. You know what? They always said to Leenock, go hard or go home. And very often he would go home, but sometimes he would also go hard. And today is the day that he has chosen to go hard. Leenock, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have entered the RAM era. The RAM is here. The RAM is back. And I guess the question that I've got for you guys, now obviously there's a little bit of like, oh, he's a caster, he's hyping it up. Yes, but at the same time, like, is this a sign of things to come? Like, I mean, how many Rams do you need? And Leenock just responds, yes. Well, obviously because like that is the correct response. But I guess my question is more just regarding the Rams. Obviously they've had their cost reduced, but it's not just that the Rams have been buffed up. It's also the fact that we've seen defenses reduced. We've seen outposts that have had their health reduced. We've seen town centers that have less garrison slots, that fire arrows less often. And now, let's take a look at the battle as it begins to unfold. The village is going to be pulled out from this position. Plenty of Battering Rams in here for Leenock. You're going to need more villagers than that to go through all these Battering Rams. Look at them. And the Chokunu on the backside just burning through all the villagers. The villager count going to be dropping down. He's down to 52 villagers at the moment. Good game gets called. Leenock going to be victorious here with the Battering Ram strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ranch. I hope you enjoy your stay because we are here all summer. It's going to be fun.